Now, I'm a fan of Tynion's other work, especially like Nice House on the Lake, so I want to read the rest of this series to see where it goes. The first volume leaves far too much yet unexplained, though the foreshadowing of a dark cabal of monster killers isn't altogether promising. Its comics feels at one and the same time cliched in its scenes and characters and working too hard to provoke readers through its gore of child bodies. Am I missing something? Or is some horror now more akin to dark fantasy? I felt no horror, but was compelled a bit, by the action. Oh, and as ever, kudos to Tynion for normalizing the non-binary. He does that very smoothly. But much like Volume 1, the second volume is a dark gore fest as well, with an insidious cabal of PR masters behind it. We learn more about each. The tension and the action, well, if not the terror, is ramped up, but nothing is really resolved. Tynion's not afraid to shock us by losing important or seemingly innocent characters, but again, this strategy feels more like a need to shock than an essential plot point. The brief appearance of a single character with seemingly conflicting motivations, somewhat promising, is too quickly dispatched. The third volume, which I read this time, completes the first main story arc. And much of this resolution, somewhat predictable, was unnecessary conflict to begin with. In other words, the sheer irrationality of the human antagonists made them an implausible and unsatisfying adversary for Erica's story. This is especially true when the story was escalating on its own with the monsters themselves. Look, there was plenty of weighty story for Erica and her allies to deal with in that small town. In the end, the resolution for the monster side was a quick one, and the one with her human antagonists was resolved outside of the main action. That said, the human story resolution of this series of issues was original and provocative, making it the highlight of the 3 volumes so far. I totally bought it, as desperate and classically awful as it was. This is potentially a very powerful series, as I would expect from Tynion. But as it continues, I'm hoping for more of this kind of imaginative storytelling than the trope-heavy retreads which dominate so far.